This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hi, yes. Three?
Yes, hi.
Yeah, I see you. Yeah. So we have a class. How are you today? Yeah.
Okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll start, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, three. They signed for EW Embedded Warehouse Jaguar in Paris. They signed for the project or not?
Which one? I'm sorry, what is that?
You said you went to
Mm.
Paris, France, to
Mm.
present EWM. They
No, we're
signed.
already implementing actually.
Oh,
It's
already.
not,
Yeah.
yeah, we're already implementing.
Okay, great. Is it implemented? Did you see EWM implemented for like a retail business or no? Not yet.
Yeah, we will implement. It's long. EWM is implementing with retail for automotive and as well as pharmacy. We can implement. If it is a retail, then you would be having an article masters and other stuff. And the transactions and that would be a bit different there. I mean, like instead of material masters, you will be having an article master and all,
Yeah,
basically.
MM41, MM42. Yes.
Mm.
Did you see it? Did you see it for any retail business? They have a EWM.
Mm.
That does mean. Do you know any retail company have EW, embedded warehouse management or not yet?
So you know this new. I believe you're from US, right?
Sorry.
You're from US or?
Yeah. US. Yeah. I work for
Okay.
many retail projects in US and in Europe too. You know, I work.
You know this Pep Boys?
Who?
Pep Boys.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the retail one which we have implemented in 2013.
But in 2013, we don't have a embedded warehouse management.
Who said that 7.0 version is there?
Oh, really? Wow.
Mm.
But is it under, it's for retail? I mean,
Mm. Yeah.
oh man, is it working very well?
Yeah.
Oh man, great. Huh? So you did the implementation,
Mm.
three? Yeah?
Yeah, 7.0 version. That's what I was telling you, right? Now they have upgraded to 9.5, 9.4 or 9.3, I'm not sure. So they have upgraded to 9.3, I guess not. Yeah, 9.3.
Wow, great, man. So
7
you did,
from 7.0.
wow. You did the entire implementation?
Mm.
Wow, bravo. Great job, man.
That's for retail. We have a lot of things, not only this actually. There's another project which is a retail one we have done. It's not getting the client name, but retail also we can do in EWM side.
Oh, great. Because in the last project retail, they have Manhattan. You know Manhattan, maybe. And one of my colleagues, he told me Manhattan is better than, but I believe EWM, Embedded Warehouse Management, is better than Manhattan, actually, I believe. Is that right or not?
That depends again on the client requirements. See, a Manhattan and Red Perry or the solutions where they're having it from long back. But WM we used to have earlier, and after that we have this EWM to compete with Manhattan and Red Perry. But still in US markets, Manhattan and Red Perry are the topmost softwares for the WMS.
Steel Manhattan and Red Prairie.
Yeah, yes.
Steel better, yes?
Yeah, those are far better. I
Oh,
mean, like
okay.
in US market, still they do have the market. But
Okay.
still, EWM is trying to compete with these two because those are the softwares where they're having it in from many years. It's not now recently they have launched like EWM.
Yeah.
They're having this ERP softwares like many years, and as well as when you talk about the TM one, you have this SEM Guru. If you heard about it, that's another non-ERP software which was very good. Then when we talk about SAP TM, SEM
Uh,
Guru is the other one.
HCM Guru.
Guru. It's GURU.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know this one, but much of the project where I was, it was Manhattan and Red Prairie.
No, I'm talking about with the TM one actually.
Ah, TM. Okay. Yeah.
If
Okay.
you compare with the TM, that's the other one. Okay, let me
Great.
start. It's
Yeah.
getting delayed. Sorry, who will? Sorry, Mohan joined.
Shyam, good morning. Good morning. Mohan joined.
Yeah, Mohan. So, yeah, I saw your email. I hope it's working now, right?
Yes, it was working.
Okay, fine then.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Karthik, yesterday's your solution was resolved. You said something regarding the TM and what happened?
No, we didn't have time for that.
Oh,
Okay. I didn't check it out. I have other few things which came on priority, so I worked on that. I didn't work on that.
okay. No issues. Okay, guys. So let's start off and then we'll go ahead with the today's session. Maybe this is the process which I would have even told you in demo session as well, but just giving an overview. Like this is a storage process kind of thing actually. What I want to say that is this is a process oriented storage control, like what we are trying to do here basically. So what exactly we are trying to do here is a complete put away means a complex put away, what we can say basically here. Like as of now, whatever the put away we have performed, it's only from the ZR zone and then we have directly performed to the final destination bin, right? This is what we have performed basically. You got my thing? Hello?
Yes. Can I
Yeah.
just maximize that one?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. So what we are trying to do here is from the staging area, means from this particular GR zone, we have directed the goods directly to your final put away. That's what we have seen so far. But now we are trying to discuss about the process called as a process oriented storage control. So what is that? Which is nothing but will in another way we'll call it as POSC basically. Okay. In EWM, the putaways, like the complex putaways or any kind of a storage controls, will happen in two different ways. One is POSC and the other one is LOSC. So layout oriented storage control and process oriented storage control. So once you have decided to take ahead with the process oriented storage control, what does that refers to? Basically, okay. So process-oriented storage control is a process where we will be having some certain steps which will be predefined earlier itself in a warehouse, telling that if I am receiving some X products into my warehouse or some Y products into my warehouse, I want a certain process to be determined. Whether it could be a deconsolidation or whether it could be a value-added services or whether it could be a quality inspection and the counting. Counting was not being supported now in the S4 system. That was been completely removed. So there are only three things. I'm sorry, two things. Okay. Even the quality integration as well. We are earlier it was to be independently. We used to work in the EWM system, but now this even started integrating with the QM system in the ERP. That's one thing. So that only two things which are independently where we can work in a warehouse is the deconsolidation, and the other one is your value added services, basically. Now, when I'm talking about a deconsolidation process, so we'll come about decon followed by the VAS and then followed by the this one. What do you say that? Goods, sorry, the quality inspection. So the very first thing is the deconsolidation. So what exactly this process and where do we use this process basically? So this can be used in any industries. Ideally, like you see it in automotive industries, or in food processing, food beverage industries, and as well as in pharma, wherever it could be. So what exactly we do here is a products where we are receiving it in a mixed pallets, or a multiple products coming up in a mixed pallets. Okay, and where we have to perform the put away for them in a different storage types, as being it could be based on your product attributes, you have decided to perform the put away in a different storage type. Okay, then that point of time, what happens, we have to perform some actions, like what we have to move that particular pallet to a specific place in a warehouse, and then we have to separate the X product and we have to separate the Y product, and then we will be deciding that X product will be going to a storage type and the Y product will be going to a B storage type. Okay, so that kind of a process, whatever we are trying to do here, that we'll call it as a deconsolidation process, guys. Okay, so most of the cases, what we do, if you take it in an example, like in the beverage industries mostly, like your vendor would be sending your Coke and your Pepsi in a single pallet. But if you try to perform the put away the entire pallet into the final destination bin, at the time of picking, or at the time of put away, you doesn't know what kind of a bin types or what kind of a storage bin types that we would be using there. Basically, why? Because every storage bin type will be having different bin types and all. So for a specific vendor, you cannot maintain the bin types in your warehouse ideally. That's for one reason. And the other reason is when you're trying to perform the picking, it would be a very big task for us in order to break the pallet and in order to search the Coke product and then to perform the picking, which is time consuming one. So in order to reduce all these things, what EWM has suggested is, once you receive this mixed pallets in your warehouse, and if you want to segregate the products based on your product attributes, and you want to store the products in a different storage types, or even within a single storage type also we can store it, guys, because this is a process where we have implemented for one of the client. Like the client has asked, like, I don't want to have it in a two different storage types, I would like to have it in a single storage type. So even we can do that. Okay, so in such case, what we will try to do is we will move it to a specific workstation, okay, which we'll call it as a work center. Okay, and that particular work center, whatever we try to have, we will be segregating the products. Like if you can see this now here, see, we are receiving a pallet from, okay, as soon as this is a truck, and where we will try to unload it to a particular staging area, and that particular staging area we will move it to a work center, and that work center, okay, we will separate the products, product A and as well as the product B, and this product A will be stored in a final storage type, and the product B will be stored in final storage type, a different one, ZK01 and ZK04. You're getting my point? So this is what the process, which we call it as a deconsolidation process, which is nothing but a process oriented storage control basically. So this particular process will be defining or will be doing with a certain steps, as I said, and which will be predefined earlier. Like what we used to have, we will be having the steps of what OB01, sorry, O stands for outbound, it stands for IB01, which is the unloading task, and from IB01 we will be performing the IB02, which is the deconsolidation task. Okay, from the deconsolidation we will perform the IB03, which is nothing but your final put away. You're getting my point? So these are the predefined steps which we will be defining in the system. Like whenever you're receiving some X product, which we already know that this product will be receiving from so and so vendor, and we already know that. You're getting my point, guys? Hello?
Yes, yes, yes. Go. Yeah.
So that is the process which we call it as a deconsolidation process, guys. Okay. Any other questions?
I mean, if we say about it's a mixed whatever the product is. So the bifurcation will be happening through any specific.
Yes, we will be having something called as a storage control, and based on that particular storage control, we will be defining it.
Okay, it's a that control will be a combination wherein it bifurcate normal and mixed palettes, right? Normal
Yeah,
palette and
obviously.
okay.
Did we do it in the past? This one, or does mean?
It's past in the sense.
Yeah, does mean most of the client they like it, they appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we have this implemented to many clients. It's not like sudden. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, right? We have given this to automobile industries, and we have used this in retail industries also. We have used this many places.
Okay, okay, great.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay then. Any other questions, guys? Hello.
Yeah, I believe you will see scenario for this one. You know.
Yeah, yeah. In order to see the scenario, first we need to understand the concept, like what is the configuration which is required for that. And then I have segregated this particular configuration into 3 different steps, guys. Okay, I mean 3 different things. So first thing is we need to understand what is a storage process, the very first thing. Okay. So if you see this, as I said that this particular deconsolidation. Now, what is the warehouse process type we have decided so far? I mean, like any of the warehouse process type so far, what is the warehouse process type we have seen? I'm just asking you that till date.
Until today, we have see only the like a high rack storage type.
No, that's the storage type I were talking about. I'm talking about a warehouse process type, which is a 1010, if you
Okay.
remember that, right? So that 1010 is a simple warehouse process type where we are trying to perform it from GR zone to the final destination one. Okay.
You are saying the roles as well, right? Which you meant to
No,
say.
I'm not talking about the roles. I'm talking about a warehouse process type. If you remember that in the initial time of your inbound delivery, I've told you that what is a warehouse process type and how does
Yeah.
it behaves in the EWM system, right?
Yeah, where a process type is nothing but a movement type in our
Exactly. So what was
standard.
the warehouse process type and the number we have seen? It is 1010, if you remember that, guys.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the one which I was talking. So that is a particular simple inbound warehouse process type where we will be performing it from GR zone to the final destination one, right? That is what we have seen so far. Agree? But in order to perform the complex warehouse process type, like what kind of a complex was that? Like if you're trying to perform this is a one which is within nothing but put away with a storage process. So put away with storage process means what does that mean? Means we are trying to perform the put away with the storage process. So storage process is the one where we will be defining the steps of IV01, IV02 and IV03. You're getting my point?
Yes, 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 absolutely.
Yeah. Any questions here, guys?
Not yet.
Nothing.
Yeah. So now if you see this, these are the steps. Okay, there are 2 things, which is internal step and external step. I'll come back to that later. But as of now, just focus on the steps like what? IB01 for unloading, IB02 for the decon, and IB03 for the final one. You're getting my point?
Yes, sir.
which is an unloading and which is a deconsolidation and which is a final destination one. Okay. Okay, so here this is something called as a storage process, which I'll be defining over here. Okay, so today I'm just only trying to give you an overview, and from tomorrow and maybe day after, I mean like Saturdays and Sundays, we will try to configure this, and then we will have the complete overview of this, guys. Okay,
This is POSC or SOSC?
this
The
is
problem.
POSC only.
Okay, right. See.
Sorry, tell me.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay. No, I just want to confirm whether it is POSC or SOSC.
It's POSC. That's what I said.
Okay.
Now, after the completion of the POSC of both inbound and outbound, then we'll be doing it for the LOSC one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine then. So here, what we are trying to do is we are trying to create a steps like in the story. We'll create one storage process, and in that particular storage process, we will define this particular one called as an IB01, IB02, and IB03. Okay, this is the one which we have defined here. However, we have something called as a warehouse process type, which we will not use 1010 for any of the process oriented storage control. We will be using the standard one of 1011. However, we will copy to a Z1 actually, basically. Okay, and we will define it. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to define a Z warehouse process type, and that particular Z warehouse process type will be having all these things. Okay, so I mean like what I mean to say that is we will try to create a new custom warehouse process type, and we will try to determine that particular custom warehouse process type also. I'll show you that. Now, as you said, Karthik, like how would the system would be knowing that my particular products would be having this thing, right? We would be having something called as a control indicators. Okay, where we will be assigning that in a product master, basically. Okay, and that particular product master, whatever we are trying to have, it will determine as soon as we receive that particular product master indicator, whatever we are assigning, that we will assign it to a warehouse process type, such that the system will determine automatically. You're getting my point now? Hello?
Yes, Sri, it's clear.
Yeah, that's the control thing which the system will determine. Because what happens is for our warehouse process type, we will assign one control indicator, and this control indicator we will assign this to the product master. And that particular product master, as soon as you receive in the warehouse, what happens, it determines the custom warehouse process type, and your custom warehouse process type will be having the storage process. So where do we can see that? Normally in the system wise, I can see it over here. Okay. Cross settings, warehouse task, define warehouse process type. So in this particular warehouse process type, what is the warehouse process type? WM46, right? So 1011. Okay. In this particular 1011, basically that's a standard one, where if you see we have know what is an activity. We have seen in 1010. Because of this one, we'll be creating this activity areas and all these things. And the warehouse process category, this is the most important thing again. Why? Because each and every warehouse process type will be segregated by these categories only. If you're performing the inbound, it should be always one, and the activity should be put away. That's the reason we always create an activity area assignment, and we will assign it to a particular storage bins and all. Okay, the same way we will have it for stock removal, internal warehouse movement, and posting change. That's one thing. Okay. However, the other thing is, you see this here, there is something called as a storage process here, guys. No, so means, what does that mean? That particular storage process, we will define the steps here. Okay, so what is that I mean to say here is, like if I go to this particular process oriented storage control here, I have something called as a storage process here. You see that? Maybe I'll take one of the standard one, 001. Okay, in this particular 0001 INB1, assign storage process step. Here, if you see this IB01 CNT quality inspection, IB02 and IB03. Okay, you see that. So what is that refers to here? IB01 is the one which we have seeing it for the unloading one. Counting, as I said, it's a counting one. Quality inspection, IB02 and IB03. So as of now, we are trying to discuss only about these three things. Okay, IB01, IB02 and IB03. You're getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so what we try to do is we will define one storage process such as maybe ZINB or whatever, and that particular storage process, whatever is there, we will assign it to the warehouse process type, and that warehouse process type will be assigned to a control indicator, and that control indicator will be assigned to the product master, such that the system will be determining the put away with the storage process here. Are we clear now what I'm trying to say here? So what happens here, every time whenever we receive, maybe an example, like we have a product of X or Y, okay, this we have assigned a control indicator of what, maybe S1. And the same way for our warehouse WM46, like we have defined Z011, and for that Z011 we have assigned the storage process of INB1, where it consists of the steps. INB1 should have the steps of IB01, IB02 and IB03. Right, these are the ones which we have defined the steps, like of IB01, IB02 and IB03 basically. So what we are trying to do here, this particular Z011 also will be assigned to the steps of what S1 means. As soon as I receive my products in my warehouse, the system will determine S1. So S1 is having the warehouse process type of Z011, and that particular storage Z011 is having the storage process of INB1. You're getting my point? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is what the concept, what we have in this complex put away, guys. Okay. So why are we trying to do this particular scenario? Why? Because in order to have a track, basically, like for each and everything, if you see that, like we would like to track the products at any point of time, so that the system will tell you the real-time information, like where exactly the product is, whether it could be at the GR zone, or whether it could be at a work center, or whether it is somewhere at the resource, or whether it is at the final put away, or maybe whether it is still at the truck which is not yet unloaded, such that whenever we track our products, or whenever we track the system in your systems, basically it will try to give you the each and every information. Because of that, what we do is we have a multiple configurations to be required over here. Clear so far? Hello.
Clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
Now there
Yes.
is an other thing, which the most important thing which we need to understand here is, for a particular process oriented storage control, handling units are mandatory. That's one thing, guys. Okay, you always have to remember that handling units are always mandatory for the process oriented storage control. Getting my point?
Yes, does mean we cannot do this process without handling unit at all.
So
Right?
without the handling units, you cannot perform this particular process oriented storage control. So handling units are mandatory for this. And
Okay.
top of that, this particular deconsolidation, whatever we are trying to see here, this can be achieved only, what I mean to say that is, with two or more products. What I mean to say, you're getting my point? What I mean to say that two or more products means, There is no point if you are trying to deconsolidate for a single product. You're getting me?
Yeah, absolutely. It is logic. Yes.
Yeah. So if it is with the 2 or more products only, this deconsolidation will be applicable. On top of that, this is only limited to the inbound process. If not, you can use it for your internal operations or you can use it for your inbound, but outbound, we don't have the deconsolidation one. Just remember that, guys, okay? This is only restricted to the inbound or if not the internal as well. On top of that, it is only for 2 or more products. That's it. Simple thing. If it is for a single product, why do we require a deconsolidation one there? Agree?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, there might be a business case wherein a single pallet may have a single product, and I want to send it to unload. I mean, I want to probably that material is coming from some other warehouse, but again, I need to transit it along with my few things to other warehouse. So there might be this process which comes up, right?
No. In that case, we can simply pack this in the staging area itself, like what we have done yesterday, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
It's not required to move it to a specific work center, and then it's not required to have some kind of this activities and all these things, right? Which is not required.
And as you said, so a palette will be always like a mixed palette or like same material palette, right?
If it is the same material palette, why do we require deconsolidation, right?
No, I'm not speaking about this one. I'm just curious. Even a palette can contain a single material with the same one, right?
That could be there.
Okay. Palette is nothing but an packing material sort in order to place it in our bins. That's it, right?
I'm sorry, what is that?
I mean, what is the definition? I mean, what is a pallet? It's only a storage type unit to place it in our bins, right?
Yes.
Okay. And thanks, Ridham. I mean, we are in the call, right?
Yeah. I'm there just okay. Any other questions here?
Nothing from my end.
No. Yes, Sri.
Okay. Any other questions then?
No questions. So, yeah.
Okay, so now we have the configuration which we see here, like a lot of configurations here. I've segregated this particular configuration into 3 different steps, like set 1 and set 2 and set 3. This is the one which we will be configuring it. Maybe it takes at least 2 sessions to configure set 1, set 2, and as well as set 3. Okay, maybe in 2 sessions we will be updating it, maybe tomorrow and day after. Okay. So here, if you see this, we will be having to require 2 different materials, as I said. Okay. Hello.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So we require 2 different storage types, and obviously each storage type requires a particular bins. Why? Because we have to have the bins for them. And then we'll be creating one storage process, like what IB01, IB02, and IB03, which is this one. And then we have something called as a process indicator, which we are supposed to define that. Why? Because that particular process indicator will be assigned to your product master first thing. And then we will have something called as a warehouse process type. This particular warehouse process type is this one, and that we will be assigning it to a storage process, basically. And that storage process will be having the steps of what IB01, IB02, and IB03. You're getting my point? Hello. And however, This warehouse process type will be assigning the storage process and as well as to our warehouse process type. And obviously we require the strategies as well. Why? Because we need to have the products to be searched, their storage types automatically. So we require strategies. That's the first set of configuration which we required. And in the second set of configuration, what we do is we'll be defining the door, because we are trying to track the product from the place where it is coming, means initially from the truck. So basically, okay, so we will define one door and we will define a storage type, okay, with the role of an EF. That's a storage type role basically, okay. And then we will have the door determination group, okay, which is nothing but the door one and all, and the staging area, whatever it is, okay, 9010 and all these things. However, once we see this, we have something called as a storage type role, which is nothing but your work center basically. You're getting that? Hello?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. There are a lot of things to grab, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm not, I'm just trying to give you an overview here. I'm not configuring everything on today itself. So, and then we have a work center, assigning the work center. And after that, we have the step 3 configuration, which is your activity area deconsolidation and sorting the bins. So each and everything, we will go step by step and bit slow, don't worry. And then I'll try to make you understand what is the significance of each and everything, such that you'll understand what is the purpose of having this configurations in the system. Okay, that's the reason I'm not trying to give you everything on today itself. So we'll just have the overview of this process, which we will configure. Okay, what about the availability for tomorrow and day after, guys? I'm not sure. Are we okay to go ahead or not?
My ad is okay. Yes.
I will be available, Mohan.
Okay, I'll check with Naveen, and if he says yes, we'll go ahead with the same time, because we missed 2 sessions in the weekdays, right? So I thought of covering that today. I mean, like in the weekend. That's the reason. So we will try to, I'll check with Naveen and then we'll proceed ahead with these 2 things. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what happened? Any issues with that, Karthik?
I mean, I have an issue on Saturday, but I mean, I can manage. I will try to manage.
Oh,
Okay.
you let me know if in case I'll not
No,
wake early in the morning. I'll sleep at least.
no. It's not like that. Yeah,
Because for
definitely.
me, it would be somewhere around 4 o'clock for me. That's the reason.
Yeah. Understood. I will be available for sure.
No problem. Okay. If not, I'll have it, because last time I've tried, but the server was down and it went off like that last week. We was not able to connect for last week actually.
Yeah, fine. No problem.
Yeah.
I will be available. I mean, I will
So,
alter my plan accordingly. That's it.
yeah, no problem. Okay. So that's this process, and next, based on that, because this is a very important thing, guys, because most of the EWM part depends on this particular process only. If you understand this process-oriented storage control, I can say at least like a 40 to 50% you can manage it, because the soul of the EWM lies only in process-oriented storage control and as well as a layout-oriented storage control, whether it could be an inbound or whether it could be an outbound. So as of now, we are trying to see it in the inbound, and after that, we are trying to see the outbound basically. So the majority of the processes, whatever we deal in the real time or wherever, the rest of the process, like physical inventory, we knew like how a physical inventory works in the systems, because we've seen it from the MM and WM as well. The same way, we have something called as a replenishments. That's an internal process for storage, posting changes. That's a different thing again. And apart from that, we have something called as a PPF. That's the most important thing, very important in our sessions. On top of that, we have kitting, very important thing. So, but majority of the topics is like this one, okay? The POSC and the LOSC, guys. That's the reason. Just try to focus on these 2 things. So the rest, obviously, you will be learning when you get the projects, because EWM, it's such a very big thing. Like you have a lot of processes in that. It's not that thing as you compare. You have so many processes in that, basically.
Okay,
Okay.
Sridhar.
Okay, no problem, guys. So just we'll try to connect tomorrow then, and then we'll start configuring this. Okay, and then we'll finish off this weekend. Okay.
Sriram,
Sure.
one doubt.
Please.
Sriram, Mohan here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sri. Can I ask? Yeah.
Yeah, one second, Nicholas. Mohan was trying to ask me something. Yeah,
Okay,
please,
okay, go
Mohan.
ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
ECC inbound delivery and EWM inbound delivery, the numbering range, can we make it as the same?
Yes, we can do that. From 1809, we have that option. We can do that. Earlier, we don't have. Earlier, it was a different number ranges we have to maintain in ECC and EWM. But for now, we can do it. I've even shown it
Even
to you.
even not only the numbering range same, like in BP, how we are maintaining the BP and the vendor number as the same. That kind of thing.
BP and vendor, both are same only, no? Now in S4. What again, BP and vendor?
No. Vendor code and the BP number will be generated same, right? Actually,
That's S. Okay. That, yeah. I understand that. That actually,
something like
yeah.
that. ECC inbound delivery number same as like in EWM also
We can
same.
do that. Actually, yeah. I've shown to some other people or to you. I'm not sure. You see, this is the same document for me in ERP basically, and then I've kept back the settings because people are playing in the settings, so that's the reason we can do that. This option we have it from this 1809 only. This is my ERP delivery. If you see that, okay, we can have that. That's a setting I'll show you. Don't worry. And the BP one also, right? I believe it's somewhere in the
That BP I know that. That BP.
Yeah, this one I'll show you. Yeah, tomorrow once we come back, I'll show you that. Yeah, we can do it.
Can we track EWM inbound delivery from the ECC inbound delivery in that screen? Can we track it? When I open delivery at ECC from that screen, can I check what is my EWM delivery?
No, that we don't have it. From EWM we can track it, but from ECC we don't have that. What is your document that we have it in EWM? That we don't have. But from the EWM perspective, if you want, you can track it down over here. Like you'll be having all your reference documents basically. Okay, like what could be your purchase order and what could be your reference documents and all these things. Okay.
Here in that case, if the both in delivery numbers are same, then it is easy to just
but
identify.
it is easy. But normally till date we were only using because the business sometimes what they do is they will try to track with an ERP documents. Yeah, that's the reason we have an option of inbound delivery. Okay, and we will be having a purchase order and logistics execution, whatever it is. You see this. So based on this, we used to track. Most of the times, what happens is business will always track with ASN. Okay, they'll try to track with ASN, not with any of these things. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, most of the times they'll only go with ASN. If not, then they go ahead with, because inbound delivery they doesn't know like what inbound delivery we are, because normally what happens whenever you receive a truck, they'll just have an ASN number in the slip actually. Okay, that particular based on that ASN, they'll just go here and they'll just give, like if you say if I want to have AAA, like whatever the ASN I'm having it there. Okay, they'll just try to do only that only. Okay.
Okay, Sriram. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay. So tomorrow we'll have the session and then we'll proceed further. Sorry, Nicholas, you have something. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah. Can you tell me, Sri, if I have STO between two plants, for example, and we have a few outbound delivery, and we in which table I can find which delivery we got 101 movement and which one we don't have it yet. For example, in each table I can see, okay, for this outbound delivery, I already make the 101 receipt in the next plant.
EWM, we will not have movement types, right? So we can't see the movement types in EWM side. We can only see these particular things only in the ERP side, but from the EWM side, we can only track with respect to the warehouse process types. That's it. We cannot track that with the movement types. We don't have.
Okay, perfect. But what about the ERP? Which table we can track this one if it is ERP?
That I have no idea as of now. Maybe you can, that would be the standard tables only, right? If it is an STO or whatever it is, it would be there at a standard tables only. But EWM side, we will not have that option at all. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, no problem. But I was looking
Yeah.
for my application. I try to remember because we are doing S4HANA, but we are not doing EWM. So only I'll try to see in which table I can track.
It would be the standard one only. Okay, the standard purchase order table is somewhere you can track it down there. You'll be having it there itself. But in EWM, we cannot see this option.
Yeah, I agree with you because we don't have the 101 movement. Yes,
Yeah.
okay, no problem.
So
But you don't know by heart this table. Is that
yeah,
MSIG? Is it MSIG or not? Not MSIG.
could be, I guess. I'm not sure really. Suddenly.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe somebody in the call knows this table guy or not. No?
Maybe Mohan or anyone? Any idea?
I didn't get this question actually.
He was asking you the STO tables actually. Any idea like what is the STO tables? I was just asking.
I don't think so. There are any tables for especially for STOs. We generally track it based on, I mean, the document types and supplying plan and receiving plans in our EKKO standard table.
Which table?
EKKO, right? Mohan, correct me if I am wrong.
EKKO, it is the table, the header of the purchase order. Is that right?
That's the purchasing order, yeah. But obviously for STO, even I believe that there is no standard specific tables for STO. You know, I didn't heard about it actually.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Let me see. Thank you, sir. Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Okay, guys. Okay,
Bye.
sure then. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.